notice y'all in danger, I'm a threat. Really, y'all don't notice y'all in danger, I'm a threat. Threat, 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 threat. Really, y'all don't notice y'all in danger, I'm a threat.
I went down the middle session yesterday when they were benching.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I only want to do my third session.
Dwight?
Hello and welcome to the 2023 IPF World Classic Sub-Junior and Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Cluj-Napoca, Romania. This morning for you we have the 105 Sub-Juniors. It is a very quick flight of 6, as you can see the running order here, and it will go by very quickly. We are counting the clock down now. I am Amelia Potter, joined by Elias de Boek. Good morning, Elias.
A very good morning, Amelia. How are you today?
Very good. We had such an exciting session last night in the 93s, and it was electric here in the room.
Yeah, I saw you were a little bit emotional.
It was a very intense session. It was a lot going on, and obviously a great outcome for some of the lifters in their last year, which is always nice to see. And Malik, who came second, is only just into the juniors, so I'm sure he will dominate in the years to come.
With a nice world record as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A huge squat row record. Bench world record.
220.5, I think.
Yeah, he increased it by 15 kilos. Sorry,
That's
5 kilos.
10 and a half.
Yeah, your math is better than mine this morning.
That's all right. And we're looking to start the competition.
We have Branislav Vanga of Slovakia, 215 kilos.
And that is a nice way to start the competition. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Next is Maciej Slawski from Poland, heading for 240 kilograms on the bar. His personal best when it comes to squats is 245 kilograms. The bar is loaded. Maciej Slawski.
We have Maciej Slawski of Poland opening on 240 kilos.
Stands it up nicely.
And it's a good lift for
3 white lights, good lift. And we have some nice big openers coming our way.
Yeah, we do, and it's a very quick flight, as I said, so I hope that doesn't impact the lifters negatively. But I'm sure they are used to training in these environments. A lot of these lifters are new, of course. They're sub-juniors, so they are 18 and below. Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain, 250 kilos for his opening squat, just 10 kilos below his squat PB.
And that looks good.
Fino Farrell, Great Britain.
2-1. So we have a blue card from the left-hand
From the United States of
side
America.
referee.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
152.5.
Struggling to see what that could have been for there, but in that case, I'm sure he'll be okay. The jury don't seem so bothered by it.
And now the bar is loaded for James Kellerman.
We have James Kellerman of the United States, 252.5 kilos.
That looks like a solid opener.
Ooh, unfortunately 2-1 a no lift. Gets a depth call from the center and right hand side referee. Let's just look at that from this side. This is obviously the side he gets the white from.
Yeah, it was a little bit high.
The bar is loaded. Demir Hamza.
275 kilos for Demir Hamza of Austria. A penultimate opening attempt and a big squat here.
Searches for depth. Let's see if he found it.
2-1 a good lift. Gets a blue from the left hand side referee there, but looked really strong. Really controlled down into the hole until he dips into it and stands it up nice and strong.
The bar is loaded.
We now have John Indoso of the United Arab Emirates opening on 287.5 kilos, just 13 kilos below the world sub-junior record, which belongs to him from last year.
Yeah, that was strong.
And 3 white lights, a good lift. Yeah, you can tell that he is the record holder, but I don't think it will go uncontested today by the looks of Hamza's second attempt there and how well his first attempt moved. So I think it'll be an interesting battle between the two of them.
We will see back and forth the world record being loaded.
And we move straight through to second attempts, a very speedy session this morning. We have Branislav Vanga of Slovakia jumping to 227.5 kilos, a 12.5 kilo jump. Just got the rack height wrong there, so fixing that quickly for the lifter. The minute will restart for him as it's not the fault of the lifter. Of course, if a lifter walks up and they want it changed, but it's in as a certain height, the clock will continue to run. 227.5 for Branislav.
That was more work, but came up nicely.
Branislav
And a
Wanga,
3 white lights good lift.
Czechoslovakia. Coming up next is Maciej Slavski from Poland, trying out 245 kilograms. That would be his personal best.
£245 for Maciej Slavski of Poland. This would be a match squat PB. A 5 kilo jump, but I imagine that the quick turnaround has quite a big impact on lifters, especially if they're not used to training like that.
Five kilos extra did not seem to bother him. 3 white lights, a good lift.
Coming up next, James Kellerman.
Yeah, and as I said, with it moving this quickly, as well as the spotters and loaders doing a really efficient job, there's maybe 3-4 minutes in between their squats. So really fantastic job from the young athletes today. Now we have James Kellerman of the United States. Missed his opener for depth, looking to retake it now on his second. He'll be in a fight for podium overall with Wanga of Slovakia, with gold and silver already running away somewhat. So he'll need this squat on the board to fight for that bronze overall. And again, it moves really nicely. And this time round, 3 white lights, a good lift. He found depth and continues in the fight for bronze overall.
260 kilograms. His personal best so far. He managed to lift 250 kilograms on his first attempt and is now heading for his personal best, 260.
We now have Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain jumping 10 kilos to 260 for his second attempt.
Trying to match his personal best with this attempt.
And
17 years old.
Possibly in contention for a squat medal as well, should his next couple of squats be successful.
Yeah, this would move him into bronze medal position so far.
Ooh, gets stuck in the middle there, but pushes through it. Quite a strange sticking point that was.
Maybe just lost a little bit of balance.
Yeah, I think it was that, because it suddenly stopped and just as suddenly started again. But it's a good lift, 3 white lights.
Yeah, you see a little bit of a shift. His knees went forward. Center of pressure went more to the front. I think he'll be fine on his third.
Now, already on our second attempt, we have in for 2 world record attempts here in the sub-juniors. And we have first Amir Hamza of Austria with 301 kilos, chipping the current record by 0.5 of a kilo.
Let's see what he can do.
His first was more than easy. This would take the world sub-junior squat record from Indoso on his second attempt, with Indoso to follow. And it's a little bit more work, but it still looks so strong. And 2-1, a good lift, a new sub-junior squat world record.
Sub-junior and junior record, and also European sub-junior and junior record.
But he may not hold on to it for long. We now have another attempt at that record. John Indoso of the United Arab Emirates wants it back. He snatched it last year. Looking to retake it now on his second, adding 0.5 of a kilo to the bar. 301.5 kilos. He is ready to go. He wants the record back, and he will continue to fight for it.
And he looks super motivated. He's ready for it. And he's having fun.
John Mendoza, world sub-junior record and the Asian sub-junior record.
How many times will we see this record broken today? We will find out. John Indoso looking to take it back now. Wow, and it's still lightning fast. 3 white lights, a good lift, and he takes back the world record in squat in the sub-juniors.
What an amazing lift. He sinks it and stands it up just as fast as he did with his opener.
And that concludes our second round of squats. Already we are through to the third round of squats. We have seen 2 record attempts successful, and I think we will be treated to 2 more attempts coming through into our third and final round of squats. We are in for a treat this morning. We will then head into a 20-minute break before bench press. First up, we have Branislav Vanga of Slovakia, 232.5 kilos. He'll be fighting for bronze overall with Kellerman of the States. So every kilo is going to count. This is a 5 kilo jump from his second.
His work, but he locks it out, and it is a 3 white light good lift.
Coming up next is Maciej Zlacki from Poland, tries out 250 kilograms. Maciej Zlacki, Poland, the bar is loaded.
Maciej Slavski of Poland, 250 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from his second.
And just like his second, 5 kilos extra did not phase him. It is a 3 white lights good lift.
Coming up next is America's own James Kellerman, trying 260 kilograms on the bar. James Kellerman from the United States of America. The bar is loaded.
260 kilos for James Kellerman of the United States. adding 7.5 kilos to his second. Struggled with depth on this opener. Found it nicely on his second with 3 white lights. He fights it up. Did he manage to find depth?
And it's a
He
good
did.
lift for
3
Britain.
white lights, a good lift, and adds an extra 7.5 kilos.
Britain trying out 262.5 kilograms. The bar is now loaded for Finn O'Farrell.
We now have Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain, 262.5 kilos, 2.5 kilo jump to put him into squat bronze. I believe the only lifter in this flight not aging out this year.
As we thought, he had a little bit of a balance issue on his second. Let's see if he can correct it.
That looked way
Yeah.
better.
3 white lights, a good lift.
And he walks away with squat bronze.
Austria 310.5 kilograms. Stretching the record. So it's a new world sub-junior record.
We have just 2 squat attempts remaining, and both of them are for world squat records here in the sub-juniors. It's already been broken twice. How many more times will we see it broken, and who will walk away holding the squat record? You will find out in the next couple of minutes. The chips are shown to the referees and to the jury. And the bar is loaded for Demir Hamza of Austria, 310.5 kilos, to move him into squat gold, but more importantly, to take the world sub-junior squat record from Endoso once again. Oh, and it still moves so easily for him. He has kilos left in the tank, but unfortunately, it is a no lift. He gets called for depth from the right-hand side and blues from the center and the left.
Tries out 311 kilograms.
And I think he might have been called for blue right at the top there. But unfortunately, it can't be contested. So the record will stay with John Endoso of the United Arab Emirates. But can he extend it by 10.5 kilos? We're going to have to wait and find out. Hamza doesn't lose out too much there. Other than the record, he is miles ahead of the competition overall.
World sub-junior record and an Asian
But now,
sub-junior record.
we have John Endoso of the United Arab Emirates looking to extend the record he just broke by 10.5 kilos.
And as well as the lifter, as well as the coach knows, we got this.
And with ease, he stands it up. Let's wait to see what the referees say. 3 white lights, a new world sub-junior squat record. He started with it today, but he has extended it even further.
I think he could have loaded everything on that man's back today.
Yeah, if he needed to chase Hamza, it looked like he could have for that record. And that concludes our squat session already this morning, completed in 25 minutes. Walking away with squat gold and the new world sub-junior squat record, John Indoso of UAE. In silver, Demir Hamza of Austria. And in bronze, Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain. Don't go anywhere. We head into a 20-minute break now before bench press. We will see you then.
The bench press is the second movement performed in a powerlifting competition. It's a movement that mainly uses upper body strength. A slight back arch is authorized and allows for a stronger and healthier shoulder positioning. Laying down on the bench, the athlete has to create points of contact between his head, shoulder, glutes, and the bench. His feet has to lay flat on the ground, with the heels in the contact with the floor. Once that position is locked, the central referee gives the start command. The lifter lowers the bar until it touches his chest. The lower underside of both of his elbow joints have to be at level or below the top surface of each shoulder joint. He then has to stabilize the bar for the referee to give him the press command. The lifter has to push the bar back up until the complete extension of his elbows. The central referee gives the rack command and the lift is completed.
There are 4 main reasons to have a no lift on that movement. First, if you're not able to fully extend your elbows at the beginning and at the end of the movement. Second, if you don't touch the chest with the bar, or if your elbows don't go at level or below the top of your shoulder joint. Third, if you're not able to maintain all points of contact with the bench, knowing the head, the shoulders, and the butt. Fourth, if the lift isn't completed in a single upward movement.
Hello and welcome back to the 2023 IPF World Classic Sub-Junior and Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Cluj-Napoca, Romania. This morning for you we have a very short session but an exciting one nonetheless of the Sub-Junior 105s, and we saw the squat record get broken 3 times in the last round, and John Endoso of the UAE walked away with it with 311 kilos, a huge squat for the sub-junior lifter. You move into bench press now, where we will see some more massive bench attempts, somebody opening very close to the sub-junior record. Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain, 127.5 kilos.
His personal best is 132.5. He heads out now for 127.5.
And that was a smooth looking opener. 3 white lights, good lift.
Trying out to 142.5 kilograms. The bar is loaded. Maciej Slavski.
We now have Maciej Slavski, Poland, 142.5 kilos.
Opening 2.5 kilos above his personal best.
And he heads now for 142.5. Maciej Slavski, Poland. And it's a good lift.
And that was a good lift.
From Slovakia, throwing 150 kilograms. The bar is loaded. Branislav Vanga has been competing for 2 years. He's now 18 and his personal best is 167.5.
Branislav Vanga of Slovakia opening at 150 kilos. That was nice and easy. 3 white lights, a good lift. Seeing some nice opening attempts here. In an ideal world, we just want them to be drama-free and easy. And you'll just hear us say, 3 white lights, a good lift. So let's hope that continues for the next 3 lifters. First of which, John Endoso of the UAE, 157.5 kilos, 20 kilos below his bench press PB. His openers are going to be important to secure that world record.
And a nice looking opener for John. 3 white lights, good lift.
Yeah, he is that much closer to securing that world record he broke on his squats.
Trying out 167.5 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
167.5 kilos for James Kellerman of the United States.
His personal best, 175.
Our penultimate opener of the flight. And that's 3 white lights, a good lift.
Austria, trying 195 kilograms. The bar is loaded. Demir Hamza.
We now have Demir Hamza of Austria, 195 kilos for his opening attempt. Less than 20 kilos below Oliver Souza's of Hungary's World Sub-Junior bench record. I believe you say he dropped it 5 kilos, is that what you said?
Yeah, I remember seeing it at 200, just dropping 5 kilos.
A monster bench nonetheless, especially to open with in sub-juniors.
And a lovely looking opener. You know, I think it's just to secure his total. He is in the lead by far.
Yeah, and I think it's just a safe choice, as you said, get those openers in. He does get 2-1, a good lift. He gets called an elbow depth from the center referee, but I think he'll be okay there. It looked parallel. And that concludes our openers for this flight of lifters, with Demir Hamza in the lead with that big 195. We move straight through to our second, and we have 135 for Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain, 2.5 kilos above his bench press PB. Still look nice and easy for Finn, and it is a good lift.
Marcin Slavski coming up next from Poland. Tries 147.5 kilograms. Although his personal best is 142.5. The bar is now loaded for Marcin Slavski, Poland.
We have Maciej Sławski of Poland, 147.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump.
As he is about to drive 5 kilograms more than his personal best.
For a new personal best, 5 kilos. And that looks good. 3 white lights, a good lift. And just like his squats, he's taking relatively small jumps, but it does not phase him in the slightest.
The bar is loaded. Branislav Wanga, Slovakia.
160 kilos for Branislav Vanga of Slovakia. A 10 kilo jump from his opener and moves him into bench press bronze for the time being, with Endoso of UAE to follow.
And that was a bit more work from the chest, but a good lift nevertheless.
Slovakia. John Mendoza coming up next from the United Arab Emirates, trying to reach 167.5 kilograms. The ball is loaded. John Endoso.
John Endoso of the United Arab Emirates, 167.5 kilos, a 10 kilo jump from his opener.
And just like Hamza is safe in the first place position on the projected totals, Endoso is safe in silver medal position.
Yeah, and should they get a deadlift, just one in, they will secure those totals.
And that is a good lift, 3 white lights.
From the United States of America, trying 172.5 kilograms.
James Kellerman of the United States, 172.5 kilos, 2.5 kilos below his bench press PB, a 5 kilo jump from his opener, already sitting in bench press silver, heading into thirds. As I mentioned before, Kellerman will be fighting with Vanga for bronze medal overall.
And it's a struggle, but he manages to lock it out. Unfortunately for him, it's a 3 white lights good lift.
Hamza from Austria, trying out 105 kilograms.
Yeah, and it'll be close between him and Vanga. He excels in bench, whereas Vanga will excel in deadlifts.
The bar is loaded.
We have Demir Hamza of Austria, 205 kilos for his second attempt, a 10 kilo jump, and 9 kilos below the World Sub-Junior bench record. So if this moves just as well, I don't think a 9.5 kilo jump would be too crazy to think about. Wow, and it's still moving so well for Hamza. 2-1, a good lift. Still gets called for depth from the center referee.
Yeah, it's just the same call as last time.
But as long as there's no higher as before, again, I think it'll be okay. And that looks fine to me.
Yeah, his left elbow is just a tad higher, but like you said, I really think he's fine.
We move through to third and final attempts. 140 kilos for Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain. 5 kilo jump from his second. It's a bit of a fight. Can he get through the sticking point? It looks like he does.
And it's
2-1, a good lift. Gets called for a blue from the center referee. I think for downwards movement, but I don't see any on the replay, so I think he'll be okay, unless the jury sees something that I couldn't. Maciej Sławski of Poland, 152.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump from his second.
and he tries now for 155, the 52.5.
And this time it was a little harder, but manages 3 white lights, a good lift.
Trying out 162.5 kilograms. The bar is loaded from Branislav Vanga.
We now have Branislav Vanga of Slovakia taking a 2.5 kilo jump from his second. This is 5 kilos shy of his bench press PB, so it's something he's done before and hopefully can do again. Oh, and it is a fight, but he locks it out. And it is a good lift. Great effort from Branislav Vanga.
It's James Kellerman, ready to try out 175 kilograms. The bar is loaded. 175 kilograms. His own personal best.
175 kilos for James Kellerman of the United States. 2.5 kilo jump. Currently sat in silver for bench press and is the lighter of the two lifters to take this weight, so will remain there should he get it.
And it's hard, but he manages to lock it out. And I think he's got it. 3 white lights, a good lift, and that is a silver medal position.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic grit there to push through. We have 2 bench presses remaining. The first of which we have John Indoso of the United Arab Emirates. 175 kilos for his third and final attempt. 3 red plates aside, already with bench press bronze. He's already done this way before. His best is 177.5. So hopefully he can get this today. Get those extra kilos on his total. And he is fighting it up, and he manages to lock it out. Wow.
I thought he lost it for a second. And he didn't, because it is a 2-1 good lift.
Yeah, let's watch that again on the replay and make sure he's safe with it.
He did not go down.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay there.
He was just a little bit slanted.
The bar can go up at different speeds, but as long as it does not move down, he'll be okay. And we move on to our final bench press of the session. And it's an exciting one. The chips are shown to the jury. Demir Hamza of Austria looking to take Oliver Souzas of Hungary's sub-junior bench press world record, jumping to 214.5 kilos for his third and final attempt. Briefly held the squat record, looking to keep hold of the bench record should he get this, with no one else attacking it. And he is fighting it up. Can he get through that? Oh, unfortunately, just escapes him today. Does not walk away with the world sub-junior record, but does walk away with bench press gold. And that was the only miss we saw that entire bench press session.
Yeah, and I see him signaling he slipped with his foot, where he couldn't really maximize that leg drive over there, unfortunately.
Yeah, but what a fantastic session nonetheless. Bit of a mouthful there. We have Demir Hamza of Austria still walking away with bench press gold with 205 kilos. James Kellerman of the United States in silver with 175 on body weight. And in bronze, John Endoso of the UAE with the same weight but a slightly heavier body weight. And here are the subtotals as we head into deadlifts. Hamza of Austria with a hefty lead. John Endoso of the UAE also considerably ahead of bronze, and there'll be a fight for that bronze between James Kellerman and Maciej Sławski of Poland. We head into a 20-minute break now before we see how it unfolds. Don't go anywhere, we'll see you then.
The deadlift is the last movement of the powerlifting competition. On that movement, the lifter's whole body is used and put to the test. The athlete approaches the bar once the central referee calls bar loaded. He then has 1 minute
to start the lift.
In the conventional or sumo position, the athlete has to pull the barbell until his shoulders, hips, and knees are fully locked. Once that position is assumed by the lifter, the central referee will give the down command. The bar has to be lowered to the ground without the lifter being allowed to drop it until it touches the floor, which completes the lift. At the end of deadlift, the powerlifting total is made, which determines the winner and final placings. There are 4 main mistakes to avoid. First, not locking your shoulders, hips, or knees at the end of the movement. Second, not completing the lift with a single upward bar movement. Third, completing the lift hitching at the legs in order to allow you to do so. Fourth, dropping the bar after the central referee down command.
Hello and welcome back to the 2023 IPF World Classic Sub-Junior and Junior Powerlifting Championships. We have had the Sub-Junior 105s this morning for you, and we have seen squat records broken, bench records attempted, and we head into the deadlifts now, where I am sure we will see some more records attempted. Kicking us off here, we have Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain, opening on 230 kilos. We prepare the bar now for our first lifter of this morning's sessions, deadlifts. Finn O'Farrell, Great Britain, 230, 15 kilos below his deadlift PB.
That looked like a solid opener, and that is the first lifter to make up a valid total. 3 white lights, a good lift.
United States tries for 235 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
We have James Calliman of the United States, 235 kilos for his opening deadlift. A little ahead of Vanga as it stands. But Vanga does have a bigger deadlift, and they'll be fighting for 3rd overall.
And another smooth opener. Also a 3 white lights, good lift.
Maciej Zlowski coming up from Poland, tries 245 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
Maciej Zlowski of Poland opening on 245 kilos. Moves well for him.
Maciej Zlowski
And a 3 white lights, good lift.
coming up next. John Endoso from the United Arab Emirates, tries Coming out 257.5 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
We now have John Endoso of the United Arab Emirates opening on 257.5 kilos.
Oh, unfortunately, he could not maintain balance. He lofts it off, he waves.
Coming up next is Branislav Varga from
He will be back for his second attempt. Let's take a look what happened.
Yeah, we see it happen to a lot of lifters, and he just goes onto the heels and loses balance, of course, with that much weight in your hands. But I'm sure he'll be fine.
If he doesn't overdo it again, he will be perfectly fine.
Branislav Vanga of Slovakia opening on 270 kilos.
That looks good. 3 white lights, good lift for Vanga.
And it's a good lift. Coming up next, Demir Hamza from Austria, trying 250 kilograms. It's going to be a new world sub-junior record and European sub-junior record.
We now have Demir Hamza opening on 315 kilos. And this would absolutely
So it's going to be a
blow out the water the World Sub-Junior total record, currently standing at 796 kilos,
of course, if
with 821 on his opening attempt. A huge increase of that total just on his opener. So for a World Sub-Junior total record, Demir Hamza of Austria opens with 315 kilos. Also just 15 kilos below the World Sub-Junior deadlift record. We are in for a treat. And with ease, he locks it out. He secures a total, and not just any total, but the new World Sub-Junior record total with 821 kilos, extending it from 796. That is massive.
Well, he has 2 more chances to break it again over and over, and maybe see a shot at the deadlift record as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how far he can push that total record and when we will see the deadlift record. And by the looks of his second, it will be very, very soon. And we move into the seconds. You're going to have to wait for that. We have Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain taking a 15 kilo jump from his opener to 245 kilos. Three white lights, a good lift.
And it's a good lift. Coming up next, James Kellerman from the United States of America, tries for 247.5 kilograms. The bar is
James Kellerman of the United States, 247.5 kilos. For his second attempt, a 12.5 kilo jump.
James Kellerman.
And that looked no different than his first, a 3 white lights, good lift.
Coming up next, Maciej Slavski from Poland tries out 250 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
250 kilos for Maciej Slavski of Poland. 5 kilo jump from his opener to match his deadlift PB.
That has been the trend for his whole competition, taking 5 kilo jumps. And it looks like a sensible decision. 3 white lights, good lift.
Yeah, we see a lot of different techniques. Some countries opening really light and making big jumps both times round. And some other countries just prefer to open somewhat conservative but nearer that top end of conservative. Both are absolutely fine. It just depends the individual lifter. Now, we have John Indoso. Missed 257.5 kilos on his opener. He just hit back onto his heels, so lost balance. But the strength was clearly there. If anything, it went up so fast it threw him off balance. So he's gone up anyway 5 kilos to 262.5 kilos for his second attempt. And he needs this to secure the total, but more importantly, the squat record he got in the squats,
And also joined United Arab Emirates.
and to stay in silver overall. And he manages to keep balance this time. Let's see what the referees say.
And they say 2-1.
Yeah, just a red from that center referee. Got called for insufficient lockout. Let's have a look at that on the replay.
Yeah, I think he will have no troubles whatsoever with that one.
The bar is loaded.
We now have Branislav Vanga of Slovakia, 275 kilos for his second attempt. A 5 kilo jump from his opener. Currently sat in deadlift silver. Trying to chase Kellerman, bronze. Sitting slightly further behind now. It's nice and steady.
Branislav Vanga, Slovakia.
And a good lift. 3 white lights for Vanga.
Hansa coming up next from Austria, trying 330.5 kilograms. And he's gonna be a new attempt for a world sub-junior record. Both for deadlift and for total.
Now our final second attempt.
Sub-junior world record.
And just like in squat and bench, the second attempts are just as exciting as some of the third attempts we've seen. We have Demir Hamza of Austria. $330.5 kilos. This is for an extension of the World Sub-Junior total record he just broke on his opener, as well as breaking the World Sub-Junior deadlift record. It's a huge pull on his second attempt for 2 world records. And it is easy.
Wow, that was an amazing pull. And with room to spare, 2-1.
A good lift, a new world sub-junior deadlift record, and extends the total even further to 836.5 kilos in the sub-juniors. Already has increased it by 40 kilos on his second attempt. Wow, and that moves us into third attempt. So we have further to go yet.
And I can just see he also moved overall in the competition on points, on scoring points, on GL points. He has already surpassed Jordi van Heiningen to first place this competition so far. And with one more lift to go.
Yeah, so he is pretty firmly in there, and only one of the 120s or 120 plus sub-juniors could take that from him. So it's getting close now towards the end. The GL points, of course, is a formula of body weight to weight lifted that keeps an even playing ground for all of the lifters. Third and final attempts now. James Kellerman of the United States, 252.5 kilos for his third and final attempt. Currently sitting in bronze place overall. Unfortunately, it's just a bit too heavy for him. He remains in third overall, and unless Vanga ups his deadlift, it can't be taken from him. And we've had an attempt change in, but it's not from Vanga, it is from Maciej Sławski of Poland. Has moved it to 252.5 kilos. This won't change his ranking in deadlift or in total, but ends the day on a deadlift PB should he get this. Maciej Sławski of Poland.
And that looks good. And a 3 white lights, good lift.
And we've had another attempt change in. And as expected, not as expected, I'm actually not sure where that came in. Vanga is heavier in body weight. No, he's not. Vanga is lighter, so he has upped his last deadlift to match the total of Kellerman and take bronze overall. Vanga is the lightest in this weight class at 101.84 kilos. We have just 4 deadlifts remaining. Finn O'Farrell of Great Britain, 255 kilos for his third and final attempt. A 10 kilo jump from his second. A big final pull. And it still is moving really quickly for Finn. And 2-1, a good lift. Gets a blue from the center referee. Now I didn't catch it the first time round. Let's see if we can see anything here in the replay. No, I think it stopped and it slowed down, but I think he's absolutely fine there.
The battle is pretty serious for the second place, as Austria through Hamza has already claimed the first place and the gold medal.
We now have John Indoso of the United Arab Emirates already walking away with the silver medal overall. Now looking to add to that with the deadlift silver medal. with 280 kilos for his third and final attempt. This will pull him to deadlift silver, already walking away in silver overall, which can only be taken away by Vanga, the silver deadlift medal.
And a wonderful looking third attempt.
2-1, a good lift. He celebrates, and so he should. A fantastic day he has had there. Walking away with the squat record and the new Asian record and total. Breaking it by a considerable amount. I believe that the previous record held, the Asian total record, was John's, and it was 7:15.5, so absolutely smashed that. We have just 2 deadlifts remaining. And now, first up, we have Branislav Vanga of Slovakia, 287.5 kilos. This will pull him to deadlift silver from bronze, but more importantly will match Kellerman's total, and Vanga is lighter of the two. So we'll walk away in bronze position overall. And it is a fight. He keeps pushing, but can he lock it out? I think he's a bit frozen there, and unfortunately, an incredible effort from Vanga, but not quite there today. Just a little dizzy there, but he gets up, he's all right. And it really shows he gave everything he had to that last deadlift. Fantastic effort.
Coming up next is Deadlift from Austria, trying new world sub-juniors record.
We have 1 lift remaining. And you know what happened in his first, you know what happened in his second. He broke the total record from his opening deadlift, broke the deadlift and the total record again on his second. And he's not just chipping it by a kilo or by 2 kilos, not even by 10 kilos. He has jumped 27 kilos to his third and final deadlift. 357.5 kilos for his third and final deadlift. I don't need to tell you what that would do to the original total record from today.
That would be about 67 kilos more.
It would. Absolutely incredible. So Demir Hazma of Austria, 357.5 kilos to extend the total and deadlift record by an extra 27 kilos. A huge final pull of the day for Hamza. Already walking away your 105 sub-junior world champion. A huge final pull. And he breaks the ground. Oh, and just loses it at the end there. Just a bit too much, but what a showman. Absolutely incredible, and still walks away with the total record, the deadlift record, and your 105 sub-junior world champion. What an incredible session. And just to summarize it here, Demir Hamza of Austria walking away with the deadlift record and the total record in gold overall, followed by John Endoso of UAE walking away with the squat record, and in bronze, James Kellerman of the United States. We'll be heading to the medal ceremony very shortly. Don't go anywhere. We will join you at 11:30 local time for the 105 juniors. See you there.
World Championships. And starting now the medal ceremony with the best results for squats. And beginning with number 3 is Great Britain, Fino Farrell. Second from Austria is Daniel Hamza. And the gold goes to John Endoso, United Arab Emirates. Good job, guys. Moving on to bench press. John Endoso from United Arab Emirates gets the 3rd place. Second comes United States of America, James Kellerman. And the gold heads for Austria, Daniel Hamza. Great job. Moving on to deadlift. The 3rd place goes to Branislav Vanga, Slovakia. Second comes John Endoso, United Arab Emirates. And the gold heads for Austria, Daniel Hamza. Great job. Moving on now. For the totals, we have the 3rd place going to the United States of America, James Kellerman. Second is John Endoso, United Arab Emirates. And the gold heads for Austria, Demir Hamza, with the new gold medal. Coming up next is Austria's national anthem.
Everybody stands up, please.
Congratulations to all. Coming up with the second session of the day, starting in
All in the trash can, please. All the trash in the trash can, please. Okay? Also for you, all in the trash can.